Hello, this is Bharath again, reporting for Revsportz in the city of Vizag, ahead of the fourth T20I between India and New Zealand. As you know, last month I came here to cover the India-South Africa final ODI. It turned out to be a keenly contested series, which India clinched by winning this game in Vizag. Unfortunately, from a cricket aficionado's point of view, this series has turned out to be a one-sided contest where India comprehensively won the first three games to clinch the five-match series. The last two games are dead rubber contest. Having said that, with World Cup on the horizon, the Indian team will look to fine-tune a few nuts and bolts of the side. Although one can counter by saying that India hardly have any weakness going into the World Cup, there could still be a player or two who are kind of out of form. So the Indian think tank will be hoping that they will return or regain their mojo. So we will look at the talking points ahead of this fourth game. First of all, obviously, we have to think about Suryakumar Yadav, the India captain. He seems to have regained his touch, having got a couple of 50s in the last two to 20 eyes against New Zealand. The key point to look at was him targeting downtown territories. Even if you scroll through the second T20I, I think he scored 17 of his runs by targeting straight down the ground boundaries, long on, obviously, long off. And then even in the last game in Gawati, the way he came down the track and kind of adjusted to Shannon following him and lofted it straight on the ground, told something that he's somewhere back to his best. Yes, he's a 360-degree player at his best. I understand that. He's also Sabad, who we have seen playing a lot of shots behind the wicket, those pickup shots as well, the whip and the flick. But having said that, I think he's at his best when he's able to crack those aerial strokes down the ground. Even if you transport yourself back to the England versus India T20I series in 2022, the third T20I, you will find out that the way he went back and lofted a hard length delivery from Chris Jordan or extra cover told not just about skill set, but he was in his own zone. Hopefully, we'll get to that kind of a zone. I don't think it's still there at that level, but definitely is getting somewhat closer to it. Obviously, there is also Abhishek Sharma. What can I say? He has kind of touched celestial heights in the recent past. In T20Is, here is one player who doesn't just score quickly when it comes to the power play overs, but also seems to score quickly even when it comes to after those power play overs. And that's a rare skill, and that's mainly because he's such a good player of spin as well. So here is a player obviously with that high bat lift. Then you look at that massive arc of that bat swing. I'm telling you that's not easy. Even if you ask an expert will tell that's not an easy way to score a lot of runs. And then you look at how he's able to uncock his wrist. Yes, he's very risky. We could see it even in the last game, where at the nth moment he opened up the bat face to smash, I believe, Jacob Duffy, uh, maybe square of the wicket on the offside to collect tender boundary. See, Sabar at present is an unstoppable force. Even if you look at his downswing, when he was facing the likes of Jofra Archer and Mark Wood last year, it was coming down on the ball very quickly. That tells you that he can adjust to different types of bowlers, different types of pace as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, will continue his rich wine of form into the World Cup as well. And then you have to think about his partner in crime, unfortunately, Sanju Samson. I understand he's someone who's not been in good form. Yes, he was out of the side, T20I side for a while, with Gujil taking his place, but it's not made his opportunities count. Even if you go back in time to the England T20Is, in his last T20Is, I think it's everything just over 11. Yes, he's having some problems in his Matt Henry here, someone who is known for his wobble speed, and Sanju Samson is someone who likes to stay back, likes to stay leg side of the ball. Maybe his downswing also is a little slow. That could be the reason why he's struggling against wobble speed. Whatever it is, all one can do is wish him the best. He has put a couple of hundreds into 20 eyes. That tells you that he's capable of doing well in this format. Fingers crossed, he will return some kind of form. So that is about Sanju Samson. Still, there are a couple more things to talk about going into this T20I. That is basically about team news. India have been doing this rotational policy, so where some of the bowlers are getting rested. I believe just Jasprit Bumrah will play in this game, with maybe Varun Chakravarti taking over in the fifth game, with Hardeep Singh also coming into the equation for that match. So that could be the way they will do the rotational policy, where Bishnoi gets another match. One has to remember here that Washington Sundar himself hasn't really recovered from his injury. That's what I understand from a couple of sources, from what I've heard. And so they will be, I think the Indian selectors will be looking at other options as well. Maybe it's Riyan Parag. He could come into the equation if Washington Sundar doesn't get fully fit. Going into the World Cup, again, fingers crossed, hopefully this utility all-rounder will come back firing and regain fitness. Let us talk about New Zealand as well. I think nothing really has gone well for them. See, the problem for New Zealand is I don't think they have much firepower at the top of the order. As you know, in T20 cricket, especially in T20 cricket, your top order batters have to fire in the power play overs. Unfortunately, that's not happened for the New Zealand side. Maybe Finn Allen coming in might help them. Team Seifert also is capable enough, but again, not consistent enough. That could be a problem with Allen as well. And even their bowlers are struggling a bit. In these conditions, swing bowler like Hoke, not known for his pace, struggling. Even Jacob Duffy, though he bowled hard length in the last game, it looked like his brain was jammed when Abhishek Sharma was exploring every nook and cranny of the ground. Yes, Matt Henry is a wobble sim king. He can take a wicket or two up front, but after that, he doesn't have much going for him in these conditions, in these climbs, and they don't have much of a mystery in their spin department either. So they're basically struggling a bit, more than a bit. Hopefully, from a cricketing point of view, they can put up a good fight and we can see a good contest in this fourth game. So thank you for taking your time out. Keep subscribing to our videos as we don't just cover cricket, but other sports as well. Thank you again.